The Northern Irish actor Ray Stevenson, who was known for his roles in RRR, Thor, and the upcoming Star Wars series Ahsoka, has passed away at the age of 58. His representatives confirmed that he died on Sunday, just 4 days before his birthday. According to La Repubblica, an Italian newspaper, he had fallen ill suddenly on the island of Ischia, where he was filming Casino in Ischia. Stevenson was born in 1964 in Lisbon, Northern Ireland. He moved to England with his family when he was 8 years old. He was the second son of 3 boys. His mother was Irish and his father was a pilot in the Royal Air Force. They lived in Leamington and then Seaton de Laval. He studied at the Bristol Old Vic Theatre School, graduated when he was 29 years old, and worked in British television for many years before making his first film appearance in The Theory of Flight by Paul Greengrass in 1998. He played a Knight of the Round Table in King Arthur by Antoine Fuqua in 2004 and starred as the main character in Punisher: Warzone, a Marvel adaptation before Disney took over. He also played the Asgardian warrior Volstagg in the first 3 Thor films, another Marvel project. He appeared in other notable films such as the Divergent Trilogy, G.I. Joe, Retaliation, and The Transporter, Refueled. Stevenson was a tall and imposing figure at 1.91 m and often portrayed soldiers from different eras. He once said in an interview that he was an old warrior at heart. He gained recognition in the US for his role as Titus Pullo, a charming and reckless soldier, in the HBO series Rome from 2005 to 2007. He said that this role was one of the most important years of his life and taught him to just do the job. Brian Lowery from Variety praised his performance in Rome as a brawling, whoring, and none too bright warrior, a force of nature who, despite his excesses, somehow keeps landing on his feet. He also played Blackbeard in the Starz series Black Sails, Commander Jack Swinburne in the German television series Das Boot, and other on Vikings. He lent his voice to Gar Saxon in Star Wars Rebels and the Clone Wars and will appear as Baylan Skoll, a villain, in the Star Wars live-action series Ahsoka, which is expected to premiere on Disney Plus in August. He said that his acting inspirations were the likes of Lee Marvin and Gene Hackman, who he admired for their brave and fearless performances. Stevenson had 3 sons with Elisabetta Carraccia, an Italian anthropologist who he met while working in Rome. He played Dagonet in King Arthur, and Titus Pullo in Rome, a TV series by BBC and HBO. He also appeared as 2 Marvel characters, Frank Castle the Punisher in Punisher, Warzone and the Superhero Squad show, and Volstagg in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Some of his other movies include Kill the Irishman, where he played Danny Green, a mobster who fought against the Cleveland crime family, The 3 Musketeers, and RRR, where he was the villain Governor Scott. He also had roles in TV shows such as Dexter, where he was Isaac Serko, a Ukrainian gangster, Black Sails, where he was Blackbeard, and Star Wars Rebels and Star Wars: The Clone Wars, where he voiced Gar Saxon. Stevenson's first movie was The Theory of Flight, where he was a gigolo who helped Helena Bonham Carter's character lose her virginity. In 2002, he starred in No Man's Land, a short film by Edward Hicks that was made before Hicks graduated from the London Film School. In the film, Stevenson played a private who was trapped in no man's land during World War I with a new officer. In 2004, he starred in King Arthur as Dagonet, a knight who died for his friends. His first main role in a movie was in Outpost, a horror movie about mercenaries who fought against Nazi zombies in a bunker in Eastern Europe. That same year, he also starred in Punisher: Warzone, as Frank Castle the Punisher, a former Marine who became a vigilante after his family was killed. In 2010, he was an antagonist in the comedy The Other Guys. In 2011, Stevenson appeared in the movie Kill the Irishman, which was based on the book To Kill the Irishman, the war that crippled the mafia. He played Danny Green, an Irish mob boss who challenged the Italian-American Cleveland crime family in the 1970s. He also starred as Volstagg, one of Thor's friends, in the 2011 Marvel movie Thor. He also played Porthos in The 3 Musketeers by Paul W. S. Anderson that same year. He played Firefly in G.I. Joe: Retaliation, which came out in 2013. He appeared in Big Game, a thriller movie from Finland and America. In 2014, he starred in Divergent, which was based on the first book of the Divergent series. He played the same role in the sequels, the Divergent series, Insurgent, which came out in March 2015, and the Divergent series, Allegiant, which came out in March 2016. In 2019, it was announced that Stevenson would be an antagonist in RRR, a Telugu movie by S. Rajamouli that came out in 2022. This was his first time acting in an Indian movie. Stevenson played Titus Pulo in Rome, a TV series by BBC and HBO. He also had guest roles in Waking the Dead, Murphy's Law, and main roles in City Central and At Home with the Braithwaites. He also appeared in TV movies such as Some Kind of Life and The Return of the Native. Some of his first roles were in two movies by Catherine Cookson, The Dwelling Place and The Tide of Life. Stevenson played Frank Castle the Punisher again as a voice actor in the Superhero Squad show and played Isaac Serco in Dexter's 7th season in 2012. On March 24, 2015, it was announced by producers that Stevenson would join Black Sails as Edward Teach. At Star Wars Celebration 2023, Stevenson was announced as playing Baylan Skoll, a Dark Jedi. In Ahsoka. Stevenson's work on stage includes playing Jesus Christ in York Mystery Plays at York Minster in 2000. In 2001, he played Roger in Mouth to Mouth by Kevin Elliott at the Albury Theatre with Lindsay Duncan and Michael Maloney. His most famous part on stage is probably The Cardinal and the Duchess of Malfi by John Webster with Janet McTeer at the Royal National Theatre in 2003.